Wow. This is crazy, man. All right, so Jamal Adams has officially been traded. The Jets traded away Jamal Adams and a 4th-round pick to the Seattle Seahawks for Bradley McDougald, 2 first-round picks, and a 3rd-round pick. What a blockbuster deal. We already knew that Jamal Adams wanted to get traded. He still wanted to get traded even heading into training camp. And the Jets front office even said that if they can get the right deal, they will trade Jamal Adams. Now, of the teams that Jamal Adams listed, the Seahawks were one of the teams he wanted to go to. And they had a high interest in getting him. So I wasn't really shocked to see that the Seattle Seahawks pulled off this deal. I will say this, though. I'm glad they pulled off this deal. This is a great deal for the Seahawks. They needed a player like Jamal Adams in that defense, and he definitely will make an impact. For me personally, I just feel like they gave up a bit too much. I don't feel comfortable giving up 2 first-round picks for its safety. That's too much. You gave up 2 first-round picks, a 3rd-round pick, and you gave up another safety. So basically, the Jets traded their safety for another safety, and they get 2 first-round picks and a 3rd-round pick. That's a bit too much for a safety. We saw the Rams do the same thing when they went to get Jalen Ramsey. They gave up 2 first-round picks. I just don't know if it's a great decision to give up 2 first-round picks for a safety. I think that's overpaying for it. That's too much to give up for a safety. If it was 1 first-round pick, a 3rd-round pick, and the player, I'm fine. But 2, I think that's a bit too much just for a safety. However, I'm glad they pulled out the trade because this is a great deal for both teams. The Seahawks are getting an all-pro safety in Jamal Adams, and the Jets get a bunch of draft picks that they can use for the near future. Although I feel that the Seahawks gave up a lot of picks, a lot of Seahawks fans are saying they're fine with that because the Seahawks weren't drafting well with their first-round picks in the last couple years anyway. They were actually starting to draft backwards and get out of the first round anyway. So they're fine with them giving up these first round draft picks. They probably would have wasted those picks too. That's what I'm hearing from a lot of Seahawks fans. So if that's how they feel, and if the front office for the Seahawks can't really utilize those picks, I can see why they're willing to give up 2 first round picks to get a guaranteed first team all pro safety. So I don't blame them for that deal. I think they went out there, they took a shot, and they got a great player that's going to help them with their defense. Now, if the Seahawks can find a way to sign Clowney, their defense will be good to go. They need to find a way to get Clowney back. If the Seahawks can get Clowney back, their defense is going to be really good next year, and they'll be pretty much set for that for the most part. Now, on the Jets side, you're losing a great player. Honestly, you could probably argue that Jamal Adams was the face of the franchise right now. You could definitely say that. So you're losing this guy that you thought was going to be here the entire time, but he couldn't take it. Him and management, he never saw eye to eye with Adam Gase. There was problems there, and he just wanted to leave. And the fact that, this guy that's so talented for you guys had issues with Adam Gase, and he's probably not the first one, yet you choose to continue to keep him here. It is what it is. It says something about the Jets. But hey, you got all these draft picks, so let's see what you can do with them. Though knowing the Jets, they're either going to waste these draft picks on a bunch of busts, or they're going to actually draft some Pro Bowlers and then trade them away in a couple years. This is just how the Jets operate. So at the end of the day, I think this deal works out for both teams, but we may be looking back in a couple years and we'll probably say, hey, if the Jets can get some really good players out of this and turn their team around, we may be looking back at it and say, oh man, the Jets really got to steal for this. Who knows how the situation is going to go? But me personally, I feel that both teams, they benefited from this. I think it's a great deal for both sides. Even though I felt the Seahawks gave up a bit too much, at the end of the day, you're getting a first-team All-Pro Bowl safety, so you can't really complain. So yeah, great deal for both teams. Love Jamal Adams in Seattle. All I know for sure is that my team would not have given that up. I'll just say that. I love Jamal Adams, and it'll be nice to see him on the Ravens, but we're not giving up 2 first-round picks for a safety. Stop it. Nebraska's not doing nothing like that. So, hey, Seattle, have fun with him. He's definitely going to help your defense. So, yeah, that's all I got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.